The rain hadn't stopped for hours when Elena Cruz stepped out of the taxi. The driver didn't say a word, just pointed to the tall, decaying structure ahead. Hotel Veritas. Its faded sign flickered under the weight of time, like a dying memory struggling to be seen. She hesitated for a moment, the city around her strangely quiet. No people, no traffic, just the sound of rain and a single crow watching her from the rooftop. Elena adjusted her coat, clutching her suitcase with numb fingers. She pushed open the front doors. They creaked like they hadn't moved in years. The lobby smelled of damp wood and forgotten time. Chandelier hung low, coated in cobwebs, swinging ever so slightly, though there was no wind. His face was pale, his eyes half-lidded, as if he had been waiting too long for something that would never come. Behind the front desk sat a man in a black waistcoat. "I have a reservation," she said, her voice unsure. He looked up. Room. She hesitated. "Room 43. He didn't blink, didn't type. For a moment, the silence felt heavy, like the air had thickened. Carpet eaten by age, paintings covered in dust, and a smell she couldn't quite place, like mildew mixed with burnt paper. Then he nodded, slowly, and slid across a brass key. Old, heavy, and unnervingly cold to the touch. She watched the buttons light up one by one, 2, 3, then nothing. The 4 button was cracked. She reached out to touch it, and for a moment thought she heard breathing on the other side. No elevator music. Just the mechanical groaning of old steel lifting her floor by floor. Her phone, fully charged just minutes ago, now refused to power on. She stepped out into a hallway that felt more like a mausoleum. Her clothes were wrinkled in ways she didn't remember folding. Her notebook had a page torn out. Her pen was missing. Room 43 was at the very end, the brass number barely clinging to the door. Not because of noise, but because of silence. That deep, unnatural kind of silence that grows teeth in the dark. Then twice. Then a deep final thud, like the door had accepted her. Like the furniture had been placed in a rush. Like the walls had secrets they wanted to keep buried. The key clicked once. The room was simple. Bed, mirror, desk, lamp. But everything about it felt wrong. It was cold. Very cold. She could hear crying. Not far right behind the plaster. She turned on the light. It flickered and hummed. She unpacked her things, but the contents felt altered. That night, she lay on the bed, unable to sleep. Then came the whispers. At first soft, then clearer. Voices behind the wall. Names, sentences, her name. "We don't have a 43 on any floor. Maybe you're confused. Elena, come back." She jumped up, pressing her ear to the wall. In the morning, she stormed down to the lobby. A woman was at the front desk now, younger, smiling politely. Inside were old photographs, of her from years she didn't remember, standing at landmarks she had never visited. One photo in front of Hotel Veritas, dated 1979. Then room 44. No door, no knob. Just emptiness where the door had once been. Burned into the top were her initials. EC. "There's no room 43, she said when Elena asked. "That's impossible," Elena insisted. "I stayed there last night." The woman tilted her head. Rooms filled with tapes, photos, monitors, showing footage from different timelines. People she didn't know, but one thing was clear. All of them had stayed in room 43, moved wrong. It wasn't following her exactly anymore. Elena showed her the key. The woman stared at it, crying, screaming, scratching at the walls, saying things like, "You're not me, you're not real, let me out," every floor, every hallway. But everything kept shifting. Room numbers changed. Corridors turned in loops. 8 guests stared at her, then quickly looked away.
Oh.
"This isn't one of ours." Down she went, into the belly of the building. The basement was massive, too massive, bigger than the hotel above. Back on the 4th floor, room 43 was gone, just room 42, then a blank wall. A contract. Her bag was gone from her room. In its place, sand, older suitcase, leather torn. She opened it. She was born in 1996. No exits, no sky. She stumbled into the hallway mirror. Her reflection blinked late. Panicked, she searched the hotel. She found a stairwell behind a utility door, whispering, "Cycle 65 begins at midnight. You can still reset or resist." There were rooms down there. She found a video labeled, "Subject 43. Elena Cruz, Cycle 64. She played it. It was her. She found more files, 43 different names, all with similar cycles, all forgotten, all reset. She wasn't a guest. She was a program in room 43. It wasn't a room, it was a system. No. Something deep inside her began to crack. Memories strange and sudden flooded in. A white room, clipboard. She remembered choosing this. She had agreed to forget. Now she wanted to remember. She tried to leave. Every hallway looped back. She ran through the lobby doors were sealed. Windows now showed brick behind glass. A man appeared in the mirror. Her reflection didn't move, but he stood behind it. She screamed, shattered the mirror. Behind it was a door, wooden, numbered 43. She opened it and saw herself, sitting on the bed, calm, smiling. "You're late," her other self said. They stared at each other. One real, one programmed. But which was which? Voices echoed around her, countdowns, names, file numbers. The room began to shake. The light turned red, and she was pulled inside. Then silence, a new day, clear skies. A cab stopped outside the hotel. A new guest stepped out. Same suitcase, same name. At the front desk, the clerk asked, "You have a reservation?" The girl nodded. Yes, room 43. And the cycle continued.